everyone, to the, let me think, 4th episode of 1.5 Piece, a podcast about a random person that has never watched even a single episode of the popular anime One Piece. That random person would be me, Siv. Hello! And in each episode, I will have a guest on here that knows way more about the story about the Straw Hat Pirates. And today, that guest is Viv, aka Lise_Viv. It has been there was no intermission between. We have seen each other the entire time and heard each other the entire time. But for the listeners, it has been 2 weeks. So, how are you doing?
Hello, and thanks so much for the invitation again. I'm really glad that I'm here.
We can just pretend like we had 2 weeks where we didn't see each other. So much happened.
So much.
I got married and now I have 3 children.
And now I am divorced and have 0 children.
You still have children when you're divorced?
No. Talking rubbish today.
For the record, we both don't have children.
And
Viv has 2 children, though.
Yeah.
One of them is laying... One of them is laying, what's her name in Titanic?
Rose.
Rose. One of them is laying like a rose on her keyboard, and before anyone wonders, she does not. Oh, I wish we could show that on the podcast.
Me too.
Before anyone wonders, Viv does not have very hairy babies lying on her keyboard. It's cats.
It's cats, but they are hairy babies.
Real quick, we had a quick bathroom break. I told Viv about this. I remember, I don't know if you guys remember, I talked about a One Piece t-shirt I bought secondhand on, I believe the first episode. And I just showed it to Viv, and I think she's glad that I don't know any Japanese, because she just said, oh, there's a major spoiler on the t-shirt, but it's written in Japanese, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that was lucky.
That was lucky.
Let's continue with episode 8.
Yes.
The episode is called Devil Fruit Power Showdown.
In German, it's just the devil fruit. Ha.
Maybe I wrote it down wrong.
Okay, I don't know.
Buggy's very angry with Shanks, and we get this flashback of Shanks and Buggy fighting, and people riling them up. They want to see them fight.
Yeah.
And apparently they are fighting about something so stupid, whether the North or South Pole is colder.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. It is the South Pole.
Really?
The South Pole is apparently, according to Google, a lot colder than the North Pole.
Yeah.
The
Makes sense, kind of, right? So because there are some stations, like in our world at least, stations, and there are minus 40 degrees, minus 30 degrees, something like that.
I don't know
and
anything about.
And there isn't actually land on the North Pole, right? So it's just.
I know that
But yeah,
the Christmas man in German is Santa Claus. The German translation is Christmas man.
Christmas man. The Christmas man
is living on the North Pole.
Yes.
Anyway.
South Pole.
North Pole.
No.
Yes. The Christmas man comes from North Pole, because you write letters. You can write to the German Postal Service and say it goes to the North Pole, and they will send you a letter back. Was Viv's life a lie?
Yeah.
Did you look it up? It is North Pole.
Yeah. My life is a lie. The Christmas man is from the North Pole.
Christmas man sounds like it's like a Sheen version of Santa Claus.
Christmas man on Wish.
Wish. That's Santa Claus on Wish.
Yeah.
We have Santa Claus at home.
Yeah.
Santa Claus at home. Christmas man. Anyway, the captain chimes in and he bonks them both. There's another ship they have to raid, and Buggy's ready to raid that ship that they see. And Shanks is not too keen about it. He's not too passionate.
How do you find Shanks? Is he hot?
They're children in that flashback.
No, they're teenagers. Hello?
well, that's still underage, Viv.
But no, they can't. Seriously, Shanks drank booze there. So they probably are.
In Germany, people drink booze legally from age 16. They're still underage.
They're not underage when they can drink booze in a Japanese TV show. So they probably are 18 or something like that.
Viv, you're almost 30.
Don't do me like that.
Anyway. Shanks is hot as soon as he gets a beard.
Yeah, but his fit is cool. I really like the striped shirt.
It is cool. Right. They raid the ship and Buggy stabs a guy and finds a treasure map. The treasure allegedly is like at the bottom of the ocean, and Buggy is endorsing this map, and Shanks wants to drink with him, but like Buggy declines. He's just very invested with the map. They talk about their dreams and what they wish from life, and Buggy says that Shanks is being like too kind. He needs to be more harsh, more capitalistic. Buggy says if they meet on the ocean, they'll fight to death. And Shanks says that, you know, they found a devil fruit, and that like we learn officially that you can't swim if you eat it. We've seen it before, but I'm not sure. Did we hear that before? Or is it the first time we hear that? I think it's the first time we hear it.
I don't know, because when Luffy ate his, he could not swim, and I think I don't remember. I don't know.
I'm not sure, because now that I'm thinking of it, it could be misleading the viewer into thinking that Luffy's drowning because he's a child.
Maybe I wrote it down some notes ago.
Wait, let me see if I wrote that down too. Which episode was he drowning?
I think 4.
It's like episode 4, right? No, episode 3.
4.
4.
Retrospect episode.
Oh, no, we learned it there. Because I wrote down, we learned that people that eat a devil fruit can't swim.
Okay, so we heard about that.
Okay, we heard about it before. Mm-hmm. Buggy thinks that, like, who the fuck would eat that? Because, you know, then he couldn't get the treasure from the map that is apparently in the middle of the ocean. Shanks tells him that they will sell the devil fruit for about 100 million berry. And Buggy, like, freaks out. I first wrote down, like, decides for whatever reason to eat it, but then we learned that he, like, fake ate it. And the pirates laugh at him for not thinking about the consequences, and they expect a reaction, but there's none. And that's when we, like, figure out that, oh, he ate a fake. He wants to sell the real one and make the people believe that the real one that they had already was a fake one. Shanks catches him, and Buggy panics and needs to hide the fruit. And
in his mouth.
In his mouth. Never a good place to hide stuff. And he accidentally swallows it and drops the map to the water. Except you're a hamster.
Or a squirrel.
Or a squirrel. Or any other rodent.
Yeah.
Are we just gonna name rodents now? This is a rodent podcast now.
Taken over by rodents.
Right, the map falls into the water and he instinctively jumps after it. And he's sinking to the ground. And Shanks is confused why he isn't swimming up, because apparently Buggy is usually a good swimmer. And Shanks jumps like after him and needs to save him. And that's where the flashback ends.
But don't you think they are friends in the end? They are rivals, but they are friends too. So this one scene when they were like talking about their future lives and what they want to become, or what they want to get in life, I really think that was cute.
That was cute, but it seems like, I mean, Buggy tells them straight up that they're going to fight to death if they meet on the ocean.
Yeah, of course, that's the rivalry between guys.
Okay.
I don't know.
Normal I'm scared for my life to, like, my boyfriend meet his high school friends again. It's going to be like a deathly showdown.
Guys being guys.
Guys being guys. Stabby stab.
Stabby stab stab. No, but after all, I think in this rivalry, they are friends.
It's like a brotherly rivalry. Okay.
Right. But they are true with their rivalry too.
I didn't catch that. I thought he was genuinely not liking Shanks, and only Shanks likes Buggy.
Yeah, but a little bit in the end, I think Buggy likes him too, when they were on this ship back in the days.
The last thing I wrote down is, how frustrating is it that Buggy doesn't even know how the fruit tasted because he swallowed it whole? Yeah. That must be so frustrating. And then I thought about, but he could try a different one. And then I wrote down, can you stack the devil fruit powers? And then I wrote down, can you eat multiple of those? Then I wrote down, do they cancel each other out? And my boyfriend was seeing me taking notes. And the only thing he said was, oh, no, she doesn't know.
Oh, no. Yeah, that was my thought exactly too, right now.
So I don't know anything about that, but that was just some thoughts I had.
That's cool.
What if he like ate the gum fruit and now he's like, each part of him is also stretchy?
Wow. That would be crazy.
That would look like a video game glitch.
Yeah. Nice.
We're back in like today, or not like current times. Buggy is angry at Shanks. Is he angry at him for like because he ate the fruit because of Shanks?
I think he's angry because he rescued his life.
Why would he be angry about that?
Because they are rivals.
I thought they were
and
friends.
Now he's in death of, like, he must be really thankful in order, or
he feels like he has to repay that.
Yeah. Or he's kind of in death.
I mean, he says afterwards that his plans were delayed by 10 years. But how were they delayed by 10 years because of the devil fruit? I don't understand that.
He wanted to get this treasure at the bottom of the sea earlier, maybe, and then he needs to figure out a way to get to the bottom of the sea in 10 years, I thought. But I really don't know why he would take so long to get.
He just needs to watch Pirates of the Caribbean, put a boat on his head.
Or play Wind Waker. Zelda, there is this grab arm where you can pull up treasures with a grabby arm on the boat.
Or that.
Yes.
He just needs to broaden his imagination.
Yeah, broaden his imagination.
Broaden the imagination. Anyway, Buggy's torso like launches at Nami for stealing, and he suddenly freezes mid-air because Luffy gives his lower half that stayed behind. I quote my boyfriend, "Gomu Gomu no Nutcracker." He kicks him in the Holy Grail between the legs, and that makes Buggy freeze mid-air. We have a change of scene to the villagers that are saying the mayor's gone like for longer than they thought, so they have to go find Buggy to defend the mayor because they assume that the mayor is with Buggy.
But I thought this was quite an intelligent move from Ruffy. Probably every opponent of Buggy would concentrate or focus on the moving parts, but not on the parts that would left behind. And
that's true.
Was truly an interesting and intelligent.
Luffy's not stupid when it comes to like fighting. Yeah. He reacts fast.
Yeah, intuitively. Yeah.
Luffy tells Nami to leave the treasure and like leave the whole scene, but she claims ownership on the treasure, and Buggy is really not happy to hear that. And he's also not happy with her logic as to like that it belongs to her because she stole it, even though it's like you did the same thing. We have the Bara Bara festival, and he falls into different pieces. He chases after Nami, but Luffy catches his feet and pulls them out of the shoe, which is like really weird. And we get Buggy feet content. Weird champ.
Weird. And then he went small.
Yeah. No, wait. First he tickles it, and then he punches it, and Nami uses this moment to punch Buggy with the treasure bag.
True.
But she hits his hands, and then like his hands hold the bag. Buggy sends the hand like with daggers, like the other hand. But Luffy does the gum kick and like kicks them away. Buggy falls into pieces. Nami thanks him and says she owes him, like to Luffy. And Buggy rises back up and is very angry. He reassembles the last parts of him and is very small and awkward. And there's awkward silence because there's only his hand and his feet. There's like no legs, no arms.
Yes.
No torso.
And this is an iconic like form of Buggy too.
They had this in the Netflix show too.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, true. They had this part where all his parts were. So what they did differently in this scene, it's like I believe like it's Zoro, right? Not Zoro, sorry. Who was it that was keeping back the
Nami. The other
Nami,
parts.
Right? Oh yeah, Nami tied the majority of him up together. Right. I remember. I thought it was Zoro, but that doesn't make any sense. And in the Netflix adaptation, Usopp joined them earlier? Was Usopp with them when they were at Buggy's?
I think not.
No, probably not. No, it's probably Luffy that they like put his different limbs into boxes, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And chess. Then we get Gum Gum Bazooka and Buggy flies away and his crew still pretends to be unconscious. Luffy stays positive and picks up the head and says at least he can like still carry it. It's broken. Nami said that she's gonna fix it later, but she doesn't repeat it when Luffy asks her like, what did you say? Nami gives him the map of the Grand Line.
But this is a nice move from her.
It is a really nice move, and she grows like to be more likable. She asks, No, wait. Nami gives him the map of the Grand Line. He asks again if Nami is going to join the crew, and she says no again, but she will stay with them because it's profitable for her. She keeps the treasure. Luffy wakes up Zoro, and he wants to help the mayor, but the citizens show up, and they are worried because he's like knocked out, and Luffy just tells them that he did this, and the villagers obviously get angry, and Nami's thinking that they shouldn't say that they are pirates, which triggers in Luffy to like, oh, we are pirates. Luffy grabs Zoro and runs away with Nami. They jump over Shushu, who's hurt, and I have written in brackets, the bark is horrible.
But what I find interesting about this is that Nami earlier asks Ruffy to carry the both golden like treasures bags. Mm-hmm. When they would run away, she's carrying them by herself, so she doesn't need his...
she is, but he's carrying Zoro.
Yeah, but in the end she doesn't need a man to help her out. She's like convenient.
She's a feminist icon.
Yeah, Nami.
Shushu doesn't let the citizen through, and Nami, Luffy, and Zoro arrive at the boat. Luffy sees the boat that Nami stole. It has the Buggy emblem, not emblem, but like flag on it. Luffy is happy, but it turns out that Buggy's crew is still there waiting to get revenge. They're upset that Zoro is out and ignoring them, and then they pat him like on the head, and he says, "Huh?" like the cat meme, and then they scream. The mayor wakes up and remembers how Luffy punched him. The citizens tell him that they drove him out, and he says that they are not allowed to talk badly about them, only he is. He tries to catch up with them at the port, but like he has lots to say to them, he says. And he stands at the shore and like yells at them and says thank you. And then the mayor notices a bag with treasure that's left behind, and Nami yells at Luffy that there was 5 million berry, and she waterboards him.
Yeah, I would be mad too.
A navigator joins the crew, and we have a weird random last shot of Usopp.
Usopp?
Usopp is the last shot of episode 8.
Really? Oh, okay. Nice.
Did you not write that down?
No. And actually, this arc was called Orange Town Arc, and I don't know why it is called like that.
Did we ever learn the town's name?
No.
Okay.
I looked it up. It's like Orange Town Arc, also referred to as the Organ Islands Arc.
Okay.
But I don't really know why that is. Because Orange, and I mean, you watched the live action, Orange would refer to Nami.
Yeah.
As this being her
like Clementine
symbol, or Clementine. Or oranges. I think it's oranges. Actually.
No, it's clementines. It's not oranges, it's clementines. Look it up. I'm ready to bet on that. Clementines are her symbol, not oranges.
Orange hair.
It's clementines. Her signs are the clementines, not the oranges. Is this the face of someone who's just been proven wrong?
No, I don't find it. Okay. So. The fruits they bear are satsumas, citrus, unshui, but are usually translated as tangerine.
Tangerines.
Or oranges.
Okay.
Ha.
I'll just edit the whole thing out. I was right.
But I mean, it's like basically citrus fruit. Actually, it's satsumas, so we were both wrong.
At least something.
At least something. Okay.
Episode 9. We see a peaceful village, and then there's a guy from the last shot running through it and yelling that the pirates are attacking and everyone should run. We have a shot of Nami, who says it would be reckless to go into the Grand Line like that. And she says it's the most dangerous spot because all of the dangerous pirates are there. Luffy says the crew needs a cook and a musician, and Nami navigates them to a little island. Zoro keeps asking about the booze, like an alcoholic. In the village, the boy is still panicking. And I wrote down, does he have schizophrenia? Because he keeps, he's imagining things. But I only then learned that, he's lying. And he laughs, and someone throws a pan at him and people are angry. But he just wants to lure people out to chase after him because he likes the excitement in the village.
I think
And I wrote down he needs a better hobby.
Yeah, of course. But there's no other thing that could do on this island that's fucking small.
True.
So I think he is making this out of fun, out of amusement. To have a horde of people chasing after you. So yeah, amusement.
We meet the vegetable children. Onion, pepper, and carrot.
Yeah, so toll.
And they call him Captain Usopp. Then we see Onion. No, Onion wasn't there. We had only Pepper and Carrot. And Onion is running towards them and yells that there are actually like pirates coming. And now Usopp really panics. And Onion says it was Buggy's mark. And, he doesn't know that it's just Nami. And suddenly Usopp is like ready to defend the village with his Usopp pirates. The ships get on the shore. Luffy is ready to eat some meat, as always. Zoro senses people, and Luffy gets shot at and like dances around on the spot. And suddenly different pirate flags show up, and it's Captain Usopp. He gives a whole speech about 80 million members ready to fight him, and Nami calls bullshit on that. Luffy was believing him and is shocked that was a lie. Nami guesses it's only 3 people, and the children freak out about her being right. Nami says she's never heard of pirates using slingshots, and Luffy laughs at him. Usopp is really angry and at Luffy disrespecting him, and says his slingshot is better than any pistol. Luffy says, okay, then fight me then, and Zoro calls him out too, and that makes Usopp nervous. He fails to fire this slingshot because he's too scared, and Luffy and Zoro laugh at him and say they were pranking him. Only funsies. Usopp freaks out and asks if they really know Shanks, because they Luffy and Zoro laugh at Usopp and say that they just used the words that Shanks said before. There we go.
Yeah, you need to risk your life.
Exactly. And Usopp freaks out and asks if they really know Shanks, and Luffy knows that Usopp is his father. In the Netflix adaptation, he didn't know that, right?
I think not.
Right. Usopp asks how Luffy knows that Usopp is his father. And we have we switch scenes. They're at the restaurant, Luffy eats meat. And Luffy says that he met the father as a child. And then that was the first instant where I wrote down, is Usopp an absentee father?
Yes.
Can I point out how, I know that was not the intention, but this is the first black character we see, and he has an absentee father.
Oof, never thought about that. Ouch.
We switch to how good of a shot Usopp is, and Usopp tells how much he loves his son. Problematic. Usopp is black and absentee father, excuse me. Luffy tells him how great Usopp of a pirate was, or is, and Usopp is really happy to hear those stories. Nami asks, if there's people there that know how to sail, and Usopp says, well, it's only a small village, there's nothing much more to say. But Zoro says he saw a big mansion, and Usopp is being very weird about it. We see a blonde girl in a big mansion, supposedly the one that Zoro meant. And she's asking her butler to see Usopp, but he says that Usopp's exaggerations are just too much, so Usopp keeps telling those stories that are just lies, he makes them up.
She can't handle the lies.
She can't handle the lies.
What the hell?
Kaya's parents told the butler to protect her, and he's doing so. And then Usopp, we see Usopp running towards that mansion. He runs like the female Titan. Did you notice that? He runs
oh my God, really?
Arms straight forward.
No, did not think that. Fun.
I'd only noticed that because I've just recently started watching Attack on Titan, so otherwise
nice.
I wouldn't have noticed that. Usopp pulls out a piece of bush like Minecraft.
Yeah.
He just grabs it. And then he throws rocks at Kaya's window to draw her out.
It was a perfect square.
The perfect square. He says that he can't come inside because he would feel trapped, but he's obviously lying. He knows that he's not allowed there. And Kaya asks for more of his stories, which are obviously imaginations, and I just assume she knows that. She just enjoys hearing them.
Yeah.
I heard that when they did the kiss scene in Netflix, that people were really, really happy about that because apparently many people wished for that to happen. Were you one of the people that wished for that to happen?
Yes.
Were you happy when you saw Usopp and Kaya kiss?
Yes. Was very happy. And actually, it's Oda appreciated. So Eiichiro Oda, the mangaka of One Piece.
I wonder why he never drew it, though.
Because I think Oda isn't into romance, so we stated in the last episode too. So I think he doesn't want romance to be a
big part.
The big focus. Part in this thing. So yeah, I think it was quite cute in the live action.
It was,
but
really
it's
cute.
Okay that it doesn't happen here. So this is a spoiler for you. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, I know that it doesn't happen.
Okay.
Right. Usopp is like standing on this tree branch, and he tells a story about a big ass goldfish that was so big that his poop looked like solid land, and Usopp stepped on it.
Yeah.
And I wrote down, "What the fuck, Usopp? Do you really have no other stories to tell?" I just thought about it, like, you know how people will exaggerate, obviously, or like tell stories differently just so they are funny. Just imagine you're out with your colleagues from work, and they're like, "Viv, you always have fun stories." And then you stand there and everyone's like anticipating a great story. And you just tell them, "Well, I saw a big goldfish. It was so big that his poop looked like solid lead."
And I
stepped on it.
Yeah, but to defend Usopp here, he's like basically going there every day at the exact same hour. I think the pepper, onion, and so on kids,
the salad.
Yeah, the salad kids said that. So I think you should probably get to a point where a goldfish poop is the top story of yours.
Okay, if I would tell you right now
that you stood on
Viv,
goldfish poop.
No. Viv, tell me one of your stories that you experience. I need that.
I should tell a lie right now?
Well, I mean, if you really met a big ass goldfish, you can tell that. But what's a story that you can come up with now?
My cat puked yesterday.
And it was so big, I thought it was so big.
Although it was quite squishy. Squishy land. Swampland.
Swampland. Yeah. And that's where Shrek lived.
Yeah. The end. Yeah. How do you find the servant or butler or of Kaya? I don't know. Was there names for the characters introduced in this episode?
Yeah, they say that his name is Klahadore.
Klahadore in Japanese, but the translation in English is what?
Oh, I was watching it in Japanese with like subtitles, and they just wrote Klahadore.
Because in German, the translation is Beauregard.
What?
Yes.
Like, that's not even close.
Yes. And I don't know how they came up with that name, but it's Beauregard. You can Google it. But not now, after
not
the
now.
arc.
I mean, I know what happens, but yeah, no, just in case, we'll not Google that. The children sneak up to him. I think I wrote something down about Klahadore. Wait, I think I wrote down... Oh yeah, I wrote it down in the next episode. We'll talk about it in the next episode. So the children sneak up to the restaurant where Nami, Luffy, and Usopp are. And Zoro are, sorry. The children are ready to fight them, and they notice that Usopp is gone, and they think that, Nami, Luffy, and Zoro did something to him. Luffy says that the meat was tasty, and the children think that Luffy ate it. And it's like just children thoughts.
Yeah.
Zoro toys even more with that, and they later tell them the truth because... they freak out, and they start walking towards the mansion. They tell him that Usopp's there, and they tell the story of Kaya, who's a, quote, who's a sick and depressed girl. Yeah.
But rich. But she's rich.
But she's rich.
Yeah.
And her parents died from an illness long ago. And Usopp tells her special stories to cheer her up, which, by the way, her parents died like 2 years ago, right? Like 3 years ago, Klahadore arrived there.
Yeah.
So it's not like they didn't die that long ago, children.
Yeah.
But she's rich, so like Usopp tells her special stories to cheer her up. It seemed like those two sentences were connected. They weren't. She's rich, period. Usopp tells her special stories to cheer her up.
Period.
Luffy, it sounded like her richness was the reason Usopp was telling her stories. Trying to get the coin.
Yeah. Try to get the monies.
Get that money. Luffy gives Usopp like props for being so kind, and he does that, but also Luffy is like an ass and just wants her to ask her for a ship, and he does gum pardon the intrusion. So stupid.
That was fucking funny.
Luffy, that's like an attack where Luffy grabs the fence and pulls himself back like a slingshot, ironically.
Oh my god!
Wait, you didn't notice that?
No. Wow.
He does a slingshot, and they even, I think they even say something. Wasn't Usopp telling a story about a slingshot or something?
Yeah.
And then Kaya sees them, like, things fly from the sky, and then it's the three children and Luffy, Nami, and Zoro. And Kaya asks if they are alright, and Usopp, like, tries to lie that they are just, or like, trying to be part of his crew. Klahadore shows up. He's weirdly readjusting his glasses with like the pop hat.
Yeah, this is like the signature move of him.
The actor in the live action did that too.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
But don't you know why he did that?
Yeah, because he has like claws, like Freddy Krueger style.
Yeah. So he wants to pull up his glasses, but he doesn't want to scratch his glasses. So
the only thing I don't understand. The claws aren't out yet, right? Do they get like triggered by him doing something with the hands, or is it just like being super cautious?
It's just like usual movement, common to him.
Oh, okay. Oh, he is readjusting his glasses and says that they broke in, which he's not wrong.
Yeah.
And we have a weird last shot.
Yeah, super weird.
Yes. With long legs, long blonde hair, and heart-shaped glasses.
Yeah.
And the last sentence I wrote down is cue rock guitar music.
How do you find like this character? What do you think about him?
I later have a sentence about him.
Yeah.
I'll refer to it once we get there.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Nice. Of course. Because he weirded me out so much when I first saw this, but he was not in the live action.
No, I don't remember my boyfriend being upset about that.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm glad that they didn't include him.
Why?
He's so... What kind of weird Michael Jackson cop-off was that?
Yeah, Michael Jackson copy. He's truly... I think Oda stated that he was took Michael Jackson as his inspiration for him, right?
Well, yeah, you can tell he's moonwalking the entire time.
And like that.
And like that, yeah, with the hand in front of his face.
But his glasses are peak. I want them.
The glasses are cute, not gonna lie. I can agree with that. Should I just go into episode 10? Because we get more...
actually...
Oh, no, okay.
When I am watching One Piece right now for my the second half of my life. And I never noticed one thing. This is like something like the slingshot move Ruffy did. And I was watching the episode yesterday and it was like, no way. I never thought about this. So Usopp is called Usopp in German. And I was...
Oh, this is why you said Usopp before. I was so confused. I thought you had a lisp.
No, Usopp is the German word. So I initially started watching it in German. And after that, I started watching it in Japanese. And there he's called Usopp, right? Mm-hmm. What is Usopp in English? I don't know.
Yeah, Usopp in English, Usopp, I believe.
Yeah. So Uso means to lie in Japanese.
Oh my god.
So, or lie. So, and I have never, until yesterday, thought about that. And this is like the fucking main connection to the name, of course.
I mean, I wouldn't have known. I'm just impressed that that's the...
Sif, I'm watching this weekly. I'm hearing this name weekly since 15 years. And I never thought about it until yesterday.
Well, at least you thought about it.
Wow.
Better late than never.
Yeah, true. And actually, there was a foreshadowing in the beginning of the story or of this episode. Did you get it, actually?
Foreshadowing?
Yeah. So they were on the boat, and Nami on her boat, and Zoro and Ruffy on their boat, right?
Yeah.
And then they talked about future crewmates.
Oh yeah, musician and cook. Yeah, no, I did notice that. I'm confused. Who's the musician? It's not Usopp.
Is there a musician? I don't know.
Maybe later.
Maybe. There will be
Oh
a
my
musician?
God.
I don't know.
It's Django.
That would be awesome. Oh my God. Michael Jackson on the crew.
Oh God, no,
No,
I can't
actually-
imagine worse things.
But yeah, we got to know that Ruffy wants a cook and a musician, at least these kind of people on his crew.
I wonder why.
Why?
Does Shanks have those people on his crew and like this is his reference?
I think so, yeah.
But you don't know.
There are some major like subordinates to Shanks, like the fat guy who's always this
Oh yeah, eating, yeah.
And Usopp, who's the sniper of the crew, and
Yeah, right.
Beckman, I think.
Okay, I mean I don't know the name of Shanks' crew yet, so
yeah, some people, and the I think the fat guy is a sniper too. He has a pistol, of course.
I feel like half of Shanks' crew are snipers.
Yeah, some snipers are good to have in the team, right? So, but yeah, I think there are some major characters that you need to have on your crew. Like a cook should be important to actually.
Yeah, well, obviously, yeah. With Luffy's hunger, I just dropped my flask. Jesus. With Luffy's hunger, you definitely need someone like that cooks.
Yeah, true. They actually set to this village with the goal to get a new ship, and they eventually get a new ship. But I find that's crazy.
And I don't know. Usopp is not a musician, right? We said Usopp is not the musician. He's the.
What is he?
Okay, we don't know. He's a marksman.
He's the what?
Marksman.
Marksman. What is it?
Shooting.
It's like
Schütze.
Sniper.
Yes.
Sniper.
Do we know anything about Usopp? Does Yas something mean something?
Usopp.
Oh my God, Usopp is a drag queen. You know why? Usopp.
Ah, yassified.
It's yassified. We go on to the last episode that we cover on this podcast episode. Episode 10. Klahadore, I don't know how to pronounce that in English. Klahadore Klahadore sounds like a dinosaur.
Yeah.
It sounds like back in the days, it was the T-Rex, the Stegosaurus, and Klahadores roaming Earth. Anyway, Klahadore has super long legs. I wrote down daddy long legs. Dude with heart-shaped glasses moonwalks past the sheep. And we saw in the title that there's like something with Django. So I figured that dude is called like that's Django. Klahadore wants to throw Luffy and Nami and Zoro out. And Luffy asks again about the ship. And Kaya says no. Klahadore says no. Even though Usopp hid away, Klahadore knows that he's there because he apparently gets there on a regular basis. And he calls him on his lies out and also says that he's just the son of a filthy pirate, so he should stay away from Kaya. Kaya defends Usopp, but Klahadore doesn't want to apologize, and he calls out his absentee father. He gets down from Usopp gets down from the tree with a special rope. I don't know how to describe it. It has like a hook, and then it is automatically and does like zoop sound. And he says that he's like ready to confront Klahadore. And Klahadore keeps trash talking him and says that he might not even be related by blood. Which I wrote down, is he insinuating that Usopp's mom is easy and sleeps around? Like, did he just call his mom a whore?
Oh my God, no. I didn't think about this when I was watching it, but yeah, could be. Oh my God.
He first teases him about his absentee father, and then he says oh, by the way, and your mom's a whore. Lol.
Wow. And your dad is dirty.
Yeah, he's just a 4chan member. Usopp punches Klahadore, and he says, Klahadore says, "Oh, I see you resort to violence immediately," which I find unfair. He super provoked it, but cue inspirational music, and Usopp tells him how proud he is of his father and yada yada yada. And Klahadore disrespects him, and he accuses Usopp of sucking up to Kaya to steal her fortune because he's a pirate. That's what pirates do. Kaya interrupts the whole fight and defends Klahadore as well, and he throws them out and says. Klahadore throws him out and says they should never come back. The three children attempt like the salad children attempt at frightening the butler, and they call him Butler. At least in the English subtitles. I'm not sure what they do in the Germans. Do they do that too?
At least I didn't notice anything.
Because in English,
related.
they like it's written down as but, like with the double T, and then they say Butler. Kaya is coughing in her bed, and we see Klahadore bring her meal. And Kaya says that she doesn't want it, she's not hungry. Klahadore guilt trips her into the food, and Kaya tells Klahadore that he was being unnecessarily mean. And he tells her, on the contrary, that it's been 3 years since he came to this house. I wrote down flashback time. Little Kaya watering flowers and seeing Klahadore torn up. He allegedly was kicked out of his ship, allegedly. And the bodyguards are like of the mansion and want to let him in, want to throw him out. But Kaya's father is super nice and takes him in. And Klahadore is allegedly very thankful. And he says that the reason he's so protective is because of that. And I wrote down, give him an Oscar already. Yeah. It's being super dramatic. And Kaya says, oh yeah, she's understanding. My next note is, dude moonwalks through forest. What kind of fever dream is that?
Yeah, they gave him so much screen time. I don't know why.
And it's only him moonwalking.
Yeah. Like behind the tree.
Just
moonwalking through the forest.
Yeah, this is so weird. Usopp chills, he's like chilling out at the shore and looks at the water, and Luffy scares him by hanging upside down at his feet on the tree. Usopp is upset about Klahadore insulting his father, and they like see the butler at the beach, like from above there at the cliff, and they see the beach below. They see Klahadore, and he's there with Django, the moonwalking guy. Klahadore says he wasn't supposed to like stand out, and asks if the preparations are done, and they call it rich girl assassination plan, so they're not even trying to be subtle about that.
The fuck?
Klahadore says not to call it assassination, and Luffy and Usopp eavesdrop. Klahadore continues to say Kaya must perish in an unfortunate accident. Django is supposed to kill her so Klahadore can get the money, but Klahadore corrects him and says he can't inherit it, so Django should hypnotize her and to writing Klahadore into his will. And we learn that he's kept in Kuro. He allegedly got executed by the Marine, but somehow survived. We don't know yet how. Klahadore says he abandoned this name. He's a pacifist. He killed off the entire family, but he's a pacifist. Except for the father, apparently. Apparently, he says the father like died by himself, which I
thought the mother too.
What he only says, he says that he killed the family except for the father.
Oh, okay.
Kuro's crew apparently gets impatient. They are all like weeps with cat ears. Usopp is freaking out and Luffy is delusional as always. Kuro and his crew will attack the village and Luffy is completely in phase and even like yells to Kuro, hey, don't attack the girl. Usopp begs him to hide, but Kuro recognizes Usopp. And Luffy, I wrote down, Luffy has a PB&J sandwich as brain. He said they heard everything, and Django gets ready to hypnotize them. Usopp thinks it's a throwing weapon and is like too scared, so he hides, and so he doesn't get hypnotized. Luffy falls asleep and falls down the cliff, head down, and Django thinks he killed him, says he didn't mean to. Usopp also thinks he's dead. They say they're gonna attack the village at daybreak. I don't understand why the fuck the death of Kaya is supposed to look like an accident. If they're going to plunder and raid the whole village anyway, like then you don't need to make it look at that. There's no logic in that. But anyway, throwback of how like Usopp met Kaya. He's on the tree branch and says, I heard you were depressed. Let me tell you a joke. What is therapy? Am I right? Just imagine, like, I came to my therapist and I just say, like, oh, like I have diagnosed depression. And she's like, listen up. A cowboy goes to a bar. Well, yeah, Klahadore sees his ship in the distance with the cat heads and his crew with cat ears. And the last sentence I wrote is fucking weeps.
Yeah, they are weeps.
But that's it. That was episode 10.
Nice.
The end of this podcast. Do you have any thoughts?
Yes, I have thoughts in my brain.
In general, I have thoughts.
How do you call this Klahadore?
Klahadore?
Klahadore. what is he? Captain?
Kuro. And that is no, that's Black.
Yes, actually, this whole arc is the Captain Black arc.
I completely falsely thought his name was Kuroneko.
Kuroneko is his crew name.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, so what's the crew's name? Because I remember there was this name in the Netflix adaptation. My boyfriend kept saying, like, no, his name is not Kuroneko. He's not Black Cat. But okay, it's his crew.
It's his crew. So they're Black Cat pirates.
They're the Black Cat pirates.
And Django is actually called 1-2 Django.
Oh, yeah, because he does the... Did I...
Yeah,
now
he does his move 1-2 hypnosis. Hypnosis.
You said it so wrong. You completely threw me off.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, 1-2 Django. What a freaking cool name.
Do you think that's also what he says in bed?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm about to...
1-2 Django! Probably he is.
Oh no, he's so not Smash.
No.
He's so pass.
Yeah, pass.
But I think that rounds it up.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
With some cat interferences.
Yeah, but I think the live action crewmates of the Black Cat Pirates will eventually come in the anime too.
Yeah, I thought in the Netflix adaptation they were kind of cringe.
Yeah, super cringe, but it's supposed to be cringe.
Yeah, I know.
Who on earth names his crew the Black Cat Pirates? Like they're a bunch of weeps, like you said it.
I just imagine them all like Catwoman in leather suits.
Or like Twitch girlies with these razor headsets.
Oh, with the razor cat ears.
Yeah, like that.
I mean, honestly, it might be both. It's probably e-girls, and they're all in Catwoman leather suits. It's just it's a swinger club.
Oh my goodness. Okay. We identified it.
Confirmed.
Yes. Okay, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Well, anyway, thank you very much. Oh, unless you want to say something?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Thank you very much for being on this episode. As always, it was a pleasure. I really hope to have you around again. It's just so much fun to talk with you about stuff, especially because you don't notice some stuff and then I notice it. And,
yeah, that's crazy.
And I just notice it in like the stupidest way possible.
Me too. Hello?
If people want to find you on the worldwide internet, where can they do so? You have this is your third attempt now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not fucking this up. I'm Leaves_Viv on Twitch, Leaves_Viv on Twitter, Leaves_Viv on Instagram, Leaves.Viv.
Period, not point. Period.
Point and period. And on Blue Sky, Leaves_Viv. Did I miss anything? Yeah, TikTok. It's Leave_Viv there too, I guess. So if you want to follow me or have a glimpse of anything I'm doing there, you can hop on Instagram, TikTok, or any other platform, Twitch, and so on, and give a follow or just look at me.
Like an animal in a zoo. Yeah. And also, we didn't mention that on the last 3 episodes, but you also have another podcast in German.
Oh yeah,
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes, that's true. Me and a friend of mine, Toby, are podcasting too, and this is a German podcast on, like you said it, on Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we are currently at episode 4. The Warriors of Kyoshi, so you can give it a listen too. And Siv, where can I find you if I wanted to?
Well, I have it in the show notes, but also it's Siv to the rescue on every platform. And people can't see it, but one of your cats is just having an absolute mental breakdown in the back of you. It's just so great. But yeah, it's Siv to the rescue. Everywhere, at any platform.
Everywhere.
So, goodbye, people.
Goodbye.
And We'll hear you on another episode. I'll hear you on the next episode. Maybe Viv on the next, but maybe on not the next, but the next.
But the next.
Next. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for listening to this podcast. It would mean the absolute world to me if you could rate this podcast and leave your thoughts below. It helps me improve this little passion project of mine and bring more joy to you. But without further ado, everyone, have an amazing night, morning, day, evening, wherever you are and whenever you're listening. Don't forget to be kind to yourselves, stay cozy, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye!